Good afternoon. It is October 3rd, 2023, and today, big downtrend day. Here's what it looks like on the daily chart. So we're getting a break of this channel. We still have 50 minutes until market close. So, this could close above 4,300 and turn this into a doji. But for right now, it's 12:10. Looks like it's going to be a bearish day. Let's say this is a bottom. We would have to rally up to that point. So I mean that would make sense if we did rally. So we'll just have to wait and see. But let's go through what I saw so far. Big downtrend in the overnight. We hit that measured move of this rally to the low side. And we formed this leg. 5 o'clock comes in somewhere in here. So I don't think you want to go short in any of this. It reverses. And you do get a double test right here. And it looks like a break of this channel and a move to a new high. It looks like we have two legs up. So there's reasons to consider that. But it turns out we are in a trend up. And then we just go sideways, get a break. It goes a little higher. You get a second entry long. This is the second entry long, this doji. But when it breaks lower and goes higher, that kind of looks like a second entry long. So maybe you consider that one. You can see some people like that. And then we just kind of dwindle up here and we form what I believe to be the trend line for the day. So the floor falls out and you get this second entry short here, but it's kind of in no man's land. I'd be a little hesitant, but when you get this lower high, I like that one, but both are aggressive. Especially, look at these dojis. That's a little nerve-wracking, especially going into that opening price. But we come down here, and you do get a two-legged pullback, kind of confirming that trend channel. But signal bar is no good. And technically, you get a failed second entry long here, but you're pretty far from the EMA, so I'm not taking that. We do get a break. And you could look at this as a double bottom, first entry, second entry, but I think with that buying happening, that's pretty strong buying. I would wait for the lower high, and you get it right here. Not a great signal bar, but I believe there's room back to the EMA. So just enough room back to the EMA. Oh, wait, did I measure that wrong? Yeah, no, I was right. Just enough room back to the EMA. And again, the floor falls out, and you get a break, move to a new low. And then it just goes sideways for a bit. And we created this level of resistance. And I don't think you want to go short right there, but that's pretty tempting because it doesn't make a new high. But that's such a bearish bar, and that's clearly at that level of resistance. And it's a second entry short right here and lower high. So I like that. But here we get this double bottom, first entry, second entry. Only problem here is you made a new high, so it's a little aggressive. Come over here, this looks like two legs back, and you get this matching high and a bearish doji. I think you might take that. Bias is heavily down. Get this lower high, but you're going into what's probably a midline at that point, so I think you're risking a little more. You get this second entry short, but that's just bouncing off the midline. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Yeah, you can see that perfectly. But then the floor falls out again, and we just, we went sideways up here, broke lower, went sideways here, and we break lower. I don't see any good signal bars in here to go short. Come here and you get a first entry, second entry, but this time this looks like a repeat pattern of of this, so or this. So that's why I marked it this time. And this is an inside bar, so that's another reason it's aggressive. Then we're going sideways, and this is like the first rally of the day, probably 2 legs. And you can see it comes up short of that measured move. And so you see we get the breakout, and then we get a channel up that's pretty weak, and it starts to go sideways, makes a new high, and then it sells off. And you get this failed second entry long here. And I just think, look, we broke below the EMA finally. Really, we did it here, but then we broke through here and here, made a new low, and then it goes higher and just sells off. And, this is a very strong selling day. So now we have the first break of this channel. And so you get this failure. And this one's tempting, but the signal bar is no good. That kind of looks like a failure. Like we have a leg down, pull back, pull back. But you don't have this. That confirms the trend line, but that's hard to draw in real time. If you draw it off the lows, maybe. That's probably why people liked it. But we come down here, and this is a first entry, failed second entry long, off the trend line. And I think you have to take that on a day like today. Let's see, are we going lower? Okay, so come down here and you get a first entry, second entry short, but that's in the middle of the trend channel. And you're going into this level of support. That's a pullback right after we made a new low. So we got a break of this channel, move to a new low, people are buying, and they get trapped. And it sells off some more, and then we start to go sideways, which leads to a break. And then we get this rally, and you get a break, matching or double top, and now we're selling off a little bit. So I don't see anything else. You might take this. I mean, I don't know. This one's tempting. It hasn't even worked out yet, though. It looks like it almost failed. So that's how I saw it today. We'll see how the rest of the afternoon plays out, but I'll be back tomorrow.